Hey guys, it's Lefty from 643 Productions welcoming you to another Modern Warfare 3 gameplay commentary. Here I am in the map Interchange using the L86 LSW light machine gun. I don't have a silencer on this. I have a lot of gameplays with the L86, or a few, and some of them I'm using a suppressor, some of them I am not. I'm running the Specialist Strike package, and as always, this gameplay is part of the Quack Clan Revival Tour coming to a Team Deathmatch server near you. And also this gameplay, the intro, is brought to you over a bed of some rockin' metal music, so go ahead and drop a like if you guys are enjoying the change-up of intros. I am enjoying it very much, hearing it in my headphones. Again, it's like a pump-up. It's like a continual pump-up every time I record a video. I'm like, yeah, let's do this, motherfucker, yeah! But anyway, as we fade out the music, I want to talk with you guys about Machinima. And for those of you that don't know, I am not partnered with Machinima. I am partnered with a different network called Yoush. Yoush, damn it. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you know it. Yoush has been my home for the entirety of my partner YouTube career. YouTube money. Yoush has been the name on all of my checks that I make with that YouTube money. And when I go to the bank and I shout YouTube money at the teller, he's like, hey, who is this company called Yoush that is giving this crazy man who is yelling at me money? But I am not partnered with Machinima. However, I was close to being partnered with Machinima at one point. Now, this is not going to be a video in which I relay secrets either of Yoush or of Machinima, really, but these are things that have been out in the public for a long time, and I don't feel that I am purposefully violating any kind of covenant or secret code society or anything like that. And I apologize if I do, but this is something Machinima has received flack for a few different times in the last six or 7 or 8 months or something like that. Every once in a while, this will crop up, and everybody will talk about it for a while, and it'll go away. But I want to provide a definitive video on the subject. Here is the deal with the Machinima contract. Now, here we are specifically talking about the length of the Machinima contract, how long you are tethered to Machinima, how long your channel and your content is tethered to Machinima, and things of that nature. And this is all spawned, at least this incarnation of it is spawned by somebody that wants to leave Machinima, thought they were going to be able to, but then have been told by representatives of Machinima that their channel, their individual channel, and thus their content on that channel is tied to Machinima forever. Forever. Not just, oh, for a long-ass time, oh, for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. No, forever. Forever. Not just for the life of your however long you live, which is how long most copyrights last. Well, they last the term of your life plus 50 years or plus 75. I know the Mickey Mouse law changed a few things. But anyway, it's your life plus 50 years. Machinima is reserving the right to control this person's channel and a lot of people's channels, given the terms of their specific contract, forever. Forever. In perpetuity. They own the channel. They are in control of it. They are in control of the partnership, and they are not going to relinquish it for anybody or anything. Here's the thing. That isn't legal. And I'm not saying this. There's really kind of a disconnect people have when you're talking about legality. When some people say that isn't legal, they don't mean it's illegal in the sense that you're going to go to jail. It's not a tort. Machinima trying to create a contract that renews in perpetuity is not a criminal tort. It is not an offense committed on somebody else. It's just not legal in the sense that if it was brought before a judge in any way, I'm going to say this, in any way, again, I'm not providing legal advice. I should make that clear. I'm not providing legal advice. I am not an attorney. I just play one on YouTube. But if it was brought before a judge in any sense, way more likely than not, the judge would decree that this contract attempts to renew itself in perpetuity, and that is not legal. That is not supported. You cannot make a contract that does that. Very much like how you cannot write a contract for illegal acts. That is another thing that you learn in contract law, along with in perpetuity and things like that. You cannot contract somebody to do something illegal. Like let's say a murder contract. Okay, you know, we all talk about Hitman. The Hitman is a huge series that everybody loves. Hitman. You take out a contract on somebody, and somebody says, "Okay, I'll do the contract and I'll pay you." That is not a legally binding contract. You cannot take that before a judge if Agent 47 appear before a judge and say, no, this is bullshit. That guy promised me 50 grand if I offed this dude, and I did it, and I want my 50K. The judge would look at him and say, well, no, because you cannot be contracted to do illegal things. The contract is thus null and void, and thus contracts, much like the Machinima one, that renew themselves in perpetuity and try to create that, are null and void. That is something that all of you out there that need to understand. Okay, of course, read everything you want to read, everything you affix your name to. Read it. Okay, I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying to go about willy-nilly throughout everything. Oh, whatever. It'll be null and void later anyway. I'm not saying that. Everybody that's partnered with Machinima, and of course everybody that is partnered with Machinima is saying, oh, herpa-derpy, whatever you sign. That's not the point, guys. Everybody that's saying that, tell them to shut up. That's not the point. The point is that the contract is trying to do something that isn't legal. You cannot create a perpetual contract like that. It is not going to be supported by a court of law for the most likely. So if you are a YouTube partner now, or you are going to be or hoping to be a YouTube partner, please understand that. Please understand that whether you're going to sign with Machinima or somebody else, number one, of course, read everything you affix your name to and understand it. But also at the same time, if you see something like that, if you see them trying to create perpetuity, understand that it's not strictly legal. And that is the point, I think, of this most recent YouTube drama. Not that, oh, Machinima, they're evil people for trying to do this. No, the point is that the contract itself is probably null and void. And Machinima is just trying to scare these young partners, these primarily young partners, into doing whatever they want, into staying with them and to not leaving their employ, because Machinima has a vesting interest in them not leaving because they're making money off their views. So that is why this whole YouTube drama has started, because Machinima is trying to browbeat these young people, because Machinima knows. Here's the deal. Machinima knows that they cannot create a contract in perpetuity, okay? Because I guarantee you, because somewhere along the line, they had to hire an attorney to draft that contract. They had to hire an attorney to say, okay, write this up, and we'll pay you for it, and this is what we're going to use. And the attorney probably looked at what they wanted and said, okay, well, just so you know, this whole thing this whole bullet point you have here where you want to own this contract and this person forever isn't legal. As in, it's not going to hold up in a court of law. If your contracts are ever challenged by anybody, or if you want to challenge somebody using your contract, which is a key component here, because my contention would be, hey, no, I'm not being partnered with you anymore, Machinima. If you want to come after me and sue me, fine, but you're going to have to stand before a judge and say, Your Honor, we own this guy forever, and the judge is going to say why, and then Machinima is going to have to say, well, you see, because of this little portion right here that says that we own their contract and their channel and their content forever and ever and ever and ever and ever every year until we say no, we don't anymore. You know what that's called? It's called slavery. That's called being an indentured servant. That is not legal. You cannot license those. You cannot bargain those things away. And so that is the point here. But Machinima knows that that's not going to hold up. But they're still signing people to that contract, and they're still using it. Why? Because people get scared. Because people do get scared when they say, oh man, it's a big bad company, Machinima, that's trying to come after me, and they're trying to, sue me, and they might sue me if I don't keep this contract, and I don't keep making videos for them and all those things. So that is what Machinima is trying to do right now. That is what they are doing. They are just browbeating people into submission, because they know that if they were to ever actually be challenged in court and have to stand by their contract, it's going to fall apart, because you can't do that. That's not the way the legal system works. There's a reason that those things aren't held up. because the natural progressions of that logic are things that we for a long time ago said that's pretty not cool. That's not cool at all. So again, if you're going to thinking about becoming a YouTube partner, or you want to be, just be aware of those things. Be aware. Don't be like, oh man, Machinima's evil. Well, okay, but at the same time, just know they are just going to try to scare you. And that's what they're doing now. They're just trying to scare these people. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them. Because what's the worst they can do? They can sue you. Okay. And then, you know what? If Machinima, a company that's taking in millions of dollars in revenue and investors and stuff, if they're suing a little guy, I'd write a book. Okay? That'd be a book deal for me. Probably not a very well-written book, but a book nonetheless. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. I am out.